Hey everyone, Sirturmund here again. And I'm sorry that I've been away for the past couple of days. As you can see by the new background that you see, I've been traveling for work. So actually you get Hotel Sirturmund today. So sorry for any differences in like the audio or anything like that. But anyways, enough about that. Today we're gonna continue showcase of OP08, and I wanted to try out Purple Kaido. So we showcased Sora, OP1 Sora about two days ago. So now we're gonna continue with the classic decks by going all the way back to starter deck for Kaido. And the reason that I wanted to try out this deck is because Kaido got a very good support card in the form of Black Maria. So Black Maria is a new card that we got in OP08 that once per turn you can activate her, and she gives you like 5 rested dawn, right? Ends up being really nice with your Kaido leader ability, because what this makes you do is that it makes it kind of like a very cheesy deck where you can use your leader ability, do -7, and then follow up with the Black Maria to get 5 back, right? Which means that on the next turn you pretty much get you get all 7 done that you use for your leader ability, right? So that's kind of the whole game plan with this deck. It's all about trying to cheese out with the Black Maria, but also at the same time just trying to ramp up. And a lot of games sometimes you're not even using the Black Maria or your leader ability. Sometimes you're just winning by having so much ramp that you just drop 9 cost Kaido after 9 cost Kaido after 9 cost Kaido, right? So that's why we play on Onigashima Island, because sometimes like there's one big downside to Black Maria, right? Like if you read this card, at the end of the turn, you have to return Dawn until you have the equal amount of Dawn as your opponent. So what this means is that early on, you actually don't want to use your Black Maria until your opponent is at least at 7 or 8 Dawn. Because you don't want to be in a situation where you use your leader ability and then you use Black Maria, but then you have to go down to 6 Dawn or 5 Dawn because your opponent only has that much Dawn, right? So like you have to be careful about that. So that's why the way that I play this deck, and again the list here as you see, is that at first I try to just ramp up as fast as possible by playing Bone Clay, by playing my Onigashima Island, by playing my Miss All Sunday, right? So all these cards that let me just ramp up, and I try to get to 9, 10 down first. And then when I get to that 9, 10 down first, I go ahead and just drop Kaido. So I try to drop the first Kaido right away, because now I have a big tempo play against the opponent. I got rid of one of their units most likely, and I have a big 10k body on the field. And yes, I do -5 with this Kaido, but the idea is that now on the next turn, now the opponent has an additional 2 down, you can always drop down your Black Maria to kind of ramp back up if necessary. Or if you have a Onigashima or a kid in the field, you probably don't even need to use Black Maria. You're already going to be ramping up for the amount that you use on your Kaido. So that's kind of the game plan. Early game, you want to just go for Kaido first, and then as you transition to like that mid to late game, that's when you're going to try to cheese the opponent in a way with Black Maria and your leader ability, being able to just remove trash their life with your leader effect and everything like that. So that's kind of the general strategy, that the way that I kind of ended up building out this deck here with Kaido. The rest of the cards just end up being a lot of like support cards that just synergize really well with like this ramp strategy, right? So like of course we play four of Onigashima because we want to be able to ramp. And the reason Onigashima is so good, even though we have Black Maria, is because again you can play this Kaido right away in your 9 down turn, and you can start ramping back up right away, right? So you don't feel like it's such a big commitment to have this to have to play that Kaido early. So Onigashima is so good at just getting us both to our Kaido turn, but also being able to let us recover after we actually play the Kaido. And we actually are playing one of the 10 cost Kaido as well. So again, that's another reason why Onigashima ends up being really good, because everything else in your field is gonna go disappear, bye-bye, right? So the 10 cost Kaido ends up doing -6, and you need to be able to ramp back up by using the Onigashima Island. So for Onigashima, because of that, the rest of the animal package, again, we have the 5 big bone Kaidos here. We're playing 4 Edge Drakes. It's just a nice 2k counter, and the reason that we want an Animal Kingdom as a 2k counter is because we are also playing 4 of the OP07 search card. We're going to claim the One Piece, which, because our leader is an Animal Kingdom pirate, Kaido, it lets us search for an Animal Kingdom card. So with this card, you can hit the 2 key cards in this deck. Really, you can hit the 3 key cards in this deck, which are Onigashima Island, Kaido, and Black Maria. But in case that you whiff on any of those, you have a 2k counter here, you have a blocker queen, etc. that you can look for, right? The 4 Black Maria, again, explain very simple why she's so important. Like that's the whole cheese strategy there. 4 Kaidos, 4 queens, just really good blocker, right? And let's just kind of cycle our hand. We are playing a considerable amount of non-counter cards, even with the Missile Sunday as well, and also with the 4 Onigashima. So queen is the way that you're able to kind of cycle out that Onigashima there, right? So that is kind of the Animal Kingdom side of this package. I do like playing 4 Bone Clay because, again, I'm trying to just ramp up early really fast, and Bone Clay can be really good if they'll, like, you know, as an answer to like the opponent's Gecko Moria, or if you're going against like a yellow player like a Pudding or a Katakuri player, you can copy the Big Mom stats, right? So Bone Clay ends up being kind of something that it being something that the opponent has to answer, otherwise going to be stuck with. Together with that, we also play Missile Sunday, lets us draw while also letting us ramp, right? So, you know, ideally, if you go first on your 3-down turn, you play Onigashima going up to 4, and then on your next turn, you can play Missile Sunday going up to 7, ramp up with Onigashima to go up to 8, and that means on the next turn, you're going to be at 10, allowing you to drop Kaido while also still like having this body in the field, right? So it ends up being kind of crazy when you can get exactly that hand early on. And sometimes, honestly, her trigger ends up mattering, right? But more than anything, it's just about the draw card. We are playing 4 Kid and 4 Sanji. So the 4 Kid is just really nice because if you have the Kid on the field before you play your Kaido, then you get to get a down back, right? So that lets you, especially if you're at 10 down, it lets you attack for 7 with your leader and then 10 with your Kaido, right? So that's a really important part. So, and not only that, but it makes it so that the cost of your own playability kind of doesn't hit you as bad as it usually does. The Sanji is just nice because once after we use the leader ability, the Sanji is gonna be 3 costs, right? So it ends up being really nice. Just be mindful that the only way that that really works is if you have either a kid on the field. Like, you either have to be at 10 down, right? Just when you're at 10 down, you can do -7 and still have 3 down left over to actually play this Sanji. If you only have 9 down, when you do -7, you're not going to have enough down to actually play the Sanji, unless you have a kid on the field. That way, if you have 9 down but a kid on the field, when you do -7, you get another active down back, going back up to 3, and then lets you play the Sanji. But even if it ends up not being a unit that you play, it just ends up being a nice 2K counter, which ends up being really nice. We are playing 4 Puddings, which are also another new card for OP08. It kind of does the same role as the Captain Kid, but in a weaker sense because the down comes out rested, and also because she's not a blocker compared to Kid, right? I do still like her. I don't find myself playing her as often, but I still like her because, again, it can be very important for you to have either Kid or Pudding on the field before you play Kaido or before you play like King, so that you're not falling behind on Dawn even after you do those. And I did forget talking about King. We are playing 2 Kings here because sometimes I find myself at 7 or 8 Dawn with nothing better to play, and King can let me just be able to kind of at least KO one of the opponent's units and get myself back on tempo. We're playing 4 Gatling guns because obviously we have a lot of non-counter cards, including Onigashima Island, so it's necessary for us to be able to kind of cycle and not be like too breaky in our hand. So that's mostly the deck list, right? And again, the strategy is just, you're just gonna try to cheese the opponent, right? You're not seeing a lot of Kaidos in OP08 because this strategy is not consistent enough and it's not strong enough. It's not difficult for opponents to put a lot of pressure, but sometimes you just get the perfect hand and you're able to just use multiple of your leader abilities while also having like Kaido, 9-cost Kaido on the field, and it can be like a blast. Like, this deck is actually very fun to play, even if it's not as consistent as other decks out there. But anyways, we're gonna have 2 videos of this Kaido leader, one today and obviously one tomorrow. Today's matchups are gonna be one really cool matchup that we had against a Reiju player, 2 matchups against Katakuri, and then 1 matchup against a Black Yellow Luffy. So hope you enjoy the games coming soon, and if you do, make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post One Piece videos every single day. Enjoy the games. In this match, we're going against Reiju, and I think this is probably going to be very tough for us, you know? Like, I'm trying to think, how do I beat their aggression? They're also always going to be like very low on down, so actually my Black Maria doesn't do anything. So it makes it weird because it's like Black Maria is actually not giving me the value that it might do in other matchups. So I guess I'll just go for like the Kaido, right? The 9-cost Kaido strategy. Yeah, like, I have the 9-cost Kaido here. I do think I need to find Onigashima though. Like, I think Onigashima just ends up putting so much more value. Allow me to just consistently ramp, you know, ramp back down, etc., right? So the opponent finds the stage right away, and they have the big Ishigi already on their trash. They have 2 big Ishigis. Okay. Again, I'll just get to ramp up at least. So, not the end of the world. We'll go like this. We'll play Onigashima Island. We'll go from there. I don't think they should take this 5. Maybe if they have a Reiju, might make sense. But they show me 2 Ishijis so far. I think it's fine to take. Okay, well, so they have the Reiju in the trash. So again, that's why it makes sense to take it. That puts you low in. That lowers your hand size, so that you could go the small Reiju and refill your hand anyways, right? So, ends up working out for them. Yeah, you go Porch. Now, I'm surprised they went for Porch before doing the Kingdom. That means that you must already have the Reiju in your hand. Okay, no, they just have an Ichiji in their hand instead. Interesting. I mean, it is going to put a lot of pressure. They whiff the stage. Yeah, they'll attack for 6 and 7 here. I will block. I will counter the 6, right? I think it's fine to counter the 6. We'll take the 7. I might have to just honestly attack into the Ichiji. Now the tough part here is that like it's not like I can like starve them. Ooh, they didn't use it. Oh, they didn't use it. That's smart. That's smart. That is smart. I like that. I like that from the opponent. Huh. So I guess we'll go Bon Clay maybe. And attack for 7. So maybe we'll just go 7 here. We'll go Bon Clay and we're going to claim the One Piece. And just get the Kaido. Right, so again, this is the way that we're gonna have to win this game, just with Kaidos coming down and just, I guess, rushing down their life. By having this Bon Clay, it does make it so that I can have a 7k attack if the opponent goes for the Ichiji value here. Yeah, the idea here is that they can just go double attack, right? So we'll counter the first one. That's why they kept that Ichiji last turn. I mean, so they could get the free 5k attack. But it would have been better for them to just have double 7k. But I guess they didn't want to have to deal with me being able to attack into their 7k character, which still don't think it makes a lot of sense. So they get to just have a ton of cards in their hand, and this is what ends up being really tough against Reiju. Like, they just get so much value. They have another Ichiji, so they have another, obviously we know they have the little kid. Yeah, so 2 7k attacks, or they can go 7 and 2 6s. I don't understand why attack. Okay, I guess you have another little kid, maybe? That's interesting. Oh, it's just gonna be Chopper? Interesting. So obviously we're gonna go Kaido, right? That leaves me with 1 down only. Opponent has like 20 cards in their hand. So the opponent can save this Ichiji by blocking with the Chopper. Maybe we might have to just kill the Chopper. Because the other option, like by killing the Chopper and forcing 2 2Ks here at least, which is better than nothing. I'm forcing 2 2Ks at 1K. Yeah, I think I like this. Let's kill the Chopper first, right? Then we attack here, copying the 7K. So we attack here before the opponent does anything else. They will attack for 11 here, forcing the opponent to give me 2K, 2K, 1K. They don't do it. They're just gonna give me the 1K here, I guess. I know the opponent has another Ichiji in their hand, but I want to be able to at least get some card value out of them. I want to be able to at least force them to have to actually play the Ichiji next turn, right? They have 7 cards, so like it's not like the Reiju is giving them a lot of value. I wonder if it's when is it correct for me to go for my leader ability? Like, it feels bad, even now. They're gonna kill this Bon Clay, right? But I don't have a big 10k body in the field, and that can slowly chip away at the opponent at least. I might just have to go Queen. I might just have to go Queen, because, like, I have to plan out this Black Maria in a way that before the opponent goes down too much and done. So, like, right now they're at 6. 6 is a very good time for me to use it. Like, I'm gonna go to 8 here. I could literally go... I hate that they're attacking for 5s. I mean, I guess the 5 into the Bon Clay makes sense. Yeah. Okay. So they can go -2 here to get this down to 8. If they play a little Ichiji. They get it down to 8. If you attach for 2, that's going to be a 9k. That doesn't make sense. I don't want to give them this attack, man. Like, this is such a good one to block. Like, it's not great. If you just go for 9, it's not going to be enough. You have to go more than that. You either go for my life or you have to go for more than that. So they go to 5 down now, right? Which again makes it, yeah, you have to go for my life. Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. They go for another blocker now? Alright. That means they go back to 6 though. Those Black Maria make sense, man. That's the tough part. Does the Black Maria make sense here? He honestly might. I go to 0, but then I go to 5, go to 6. I'll get to take a life out of the opponent. Let's go here. I think I'm gonna go for the Black Maria. Just trash that life. Question here is, do I go for the Ichiji or do I go for the Tony Shopper? I think I'd rather go for the Ichiji. Sorry, if I go for life, I go for the Ichiji, right? I think this is gonna be one of my few times where I can actually go for the Black Maria, right? So again, we'll play Queen, going down to 7 Dawn. We'll play Black Maria, using up all our Dawn. Then we go Leader ability, going all the way down to 0. Use Black Maria to go to 5, and go Onigashima to go to 6. And because we'll be at the same Dawn value as the opponent, we won't be losing a Dawn. And then next turn we'll just go right back to 8. Now keeping ourselves at 8 means that I will never have access to another Kaido. So I do have to be careful about that. But again, I'm taking a life out of them, so that ends up not being the worst thing. They might be playing for a judge next turn. But I mean, the judge is right now. I mean, I did see them grab the Niji, right? So they did grab the Niji last turn. So they could have the judge value. Yeah, they can go like this. Honestly, if they want to give me double 2k here instead of giving me the shopper, I think that's fine. Yeah, they're gonna give me the shopper anyways, right? So we'll go like this, use the car action. We'll trash this, right? Again, we're at 7 now. We go Black Maria. We use Leader ability. We turn our 7. The opponent loses Black Maria. We gain all rested on, and we'll go here, go to 6. Pass the turn. Alright. So us being at 6 actually means that the opponent needs to get down to 6 before they get value from their kids, by the way. But again, if they play judge, that's very easy for them to do that. The judge will get them down to 6 very easily. But that's something that the opponent actually has to watch out for. The fact that I'm actually 2 Dawn lower than them. So it's an extra step, right? So it has to be judge, because if they just have like 2 kids, the first kid won't get the full value. Which is interesting, actually. If it's not a judge... I don't know what to think. It is an interesting game. Very, very interesting game. I want another Kaido. Another 9-cost Kaido would be amazing. The opponent has 2 units on the field. I only have 2 lives. I do have these Sanji blockers, I guess, for next turn, but I'm most likely... Ooh. So Niji again, but they don't have the big... So it is the judge. They don't have the big Niji yet. So yeah, the judge puts them down to -7. So then when the opponent goes for the little kids, yeah, they don't have the big Niji. So they actually don't get the full value here. They're only going to get value from 2. Which, granted, is going to be obviously Reiju and Ichiji. So that's the best 2 values that they could ask for. And the moment that they use it, yeah, it will be at even down. So they get to get the 6. So they're gonna go attack me for 5, 2 7k attacks. Yeah, you're gonna just do their thing. Maybe I just attack. Maybe I just go for Lito. Maybe that's the game plan. Maybe we just go for Lito. That puts me ahead of Dawn. Alright, so the opponent has 6 cards. They have 2 lives. We can get rid of 1 card with the leader ability. I think I have to just go for it. Oh, okay. So this is an additional attacker, but it's gonna lose me a Dawn. Is that worth it? I guess it's the same thing, right? An extra Dawn is just gonna be an extra 1k counter, and this is also forcing a 1k counter. Okay, so next up we go to 8. And again, we'll be able to use my leader. We'll be able to use my leader ability to get rid of the last card in their life. So what's the game plan here? We go to 8. This takes me to 9, which actually gives me an extra down for me to trash. So we go to 8. We have to attach down first, obviously. So we need to attach 7 down, right? Like 7 down worth of value is what we need to attach here, or really just 6 down because we got the down for Onigashima here. Yeah, like we have this down here for Onigashima, so that's not like a problem. So 6 down worth of value, so I can go 3, 6. I can go 11. 3, 4, 5, 11. So we can go 11 here. That's going to be 2k, 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 1k. Then we can go 5, 11, and 7. So 5 is a 1k, 7 is going to be 2 cards, and 11 is going to be the rest. So again, the reason I have to start with the 11 is just because I do need to trash that down for my leader ability. So even if I don't use it, I will still be trashing it. Opponent's countering. I think we go 5. 5, and then the 7 is going to be guaranteed, right? Yeah, we just go 5. Opponent has to give me a card. Yeah, and then that means the 7 here is guaranteed. So the opponent goes down to 2 cards. Then we use leader ability. Boom. We put the last Dawn on the Kaido, and we attack for 11. Alright, we found the line. When the opponent counter out, again, it let me go for 5 and 7. Because the opponent, to block the 5, they only went down to 1 card, which meant that the 7 was guaranteed to hit, because the opponent only had 1 card left. And then we go from there. The opponent had another 2k counter here, so that is what we went. That is where we went 5 and 7, right? To play around the 2k counters instead of going 6 and 6, in case of the opponent had double 2k counter. They had a 1k and a 2k, so 6 and 6 could have worked, but you always go 5 and 7 there, because either the opponent takes it, the 5, and goes down to 1, and then I still do the same thing later, ability and attack for attack for 11 and 7, right? So the opponent really had no way to get there. That extra missile Sunday they ended up helping out, right? So that did make a difference, right? If it wasn't for the missile Sunday, I would have had to. I guess it still would have been the same. I said it would have been less guarantee, right? It would have been an 11 with the queen, and I still would have had the extra Dawn to go for like a 7 here, right? Or an 8 actually, because I would have an extra Dawn since we didn't do -2 with the missile Sunday. So I could have gone 11, and if the opponent countered the 11, we could have gone 8, which the opponent didn't have a way to counter for 8. Do leader ability and then go for 11 here. Or maybe I could have just gone 9 and 10. I probably would have preferred to go 9 and 10 instead of going 8 and 11. So yeah, GG's. In this match, we're going against Katakuri. Do I want them to just play big ones right away? Maybe I want to go second. Maybe I want to go second even if I find my Onigashima. Just because it's so much... I think I want to keep them out of their curve, regardless of what happens. And we were Onigashima down and the Black Maria, we're going to be able to like really look at their stuff. So they moved the card to the bottom, right? But it doesn't matter because we were always planning to get rid of whatever cards in the bottom. So we'll attack for 6. We'll play Onigashima and just ramp up. So this puts me at 7 next turn. 7 next turn. It does suck taking all these hits though. Ooh, okay. If I go here, this would actually put me at 8. Do I need to go to 8? I don't think I need to go to 8. I think we're good with 7 and we'll just play the kid, right? Yeah, I think we're good with 7. I'll give you 1 Bone Clay here. I'm gonna start playing the Bone Clays later, but I think the first one we can give it up, right? So I guess we should probably attack into that pudding, but like, I don't like it, but I guess I should probably do that. Yeah, I probably should just do that. I mean, I can always just kill her later, I guess. I kind of just want to attack into their life. I think I need to be a little bit more aggressive. So I think I like the 7 into their life. Yeah, I think I like the 7 into their life. And she's going to be annoying, but I can always kill her with Kaido. Like, if the opponent wants to play like a 7 cost, yeah, they're going to play the 7 cost Big Mom here, right? So this allows me to be able to get rid of her. Oh, yeah, we can just block here. I almost forgot. I was about to give up a 2K for free. Yep. So we'll trash my own life. And good thing I did, right? So the opponent doesn't have Big Mom just yet. The 10 cost, I mean. We have multiple options here. We can go double Kid. We can go double Kid, or we can just go Kaido now, and then go Bone Clay and Maria next turn. And I think I actually kind of like the Kaido now. It just sucks that I would potentially... I could potentially lose my my Kid here, right? But this at 7K and then at 10K. The opponent's only at 9, so it's not like they have their Big Mom just yet. We're still at 9 next turn, and what I want to do is that I'm going to go Bone Clay into Black Maria. That way, if the opponent does play their 10 cost Big Mom, I'm going to be okay. This is annoying, because this potentially could leave me at 0 life. Wow. I might have to actually just give the opponent the life. I think I need to buy myself some time, even if I don't like it. They moved another life to the bottom, right? So there's 2 triggers at the bottom that we know of. Opponent's still gonna attack me here, right? They kept a Dawn open. They have a lot of cards, though. That's the only downside. So they do have a lot of cards, right? So again, we can go Black Maria and Bone Clay. So that's gonna be 4, 3. That's gonna give me a Dawn back. So we're gonna have 3 Dawn left. I don't want to lose the Black Maria by accident. Do I have to get rid of this Lin Lin, or do I just have to go like lethal? does the opponent have a credible threat of lethal? If we go like this, we keep 3. So we can go 3 here and then 10, I guess. I kind of like forcing the double 2k counter. I like forcing the double 2k counter here. Ooh, okay. We know that their last life is a trigger that the opponent wanted to keep in the last, right? Here we're going to go... This is a trigger, right? Because the opponent moved it to the bottom earlier. So that's a trigger that we know of. This has 3 done attached and this 4 here. So... Oh, I forgot that I get an active Dawn back, by the way. So this could have actually been an 11k. If I go 7, the opponent does have the way to kill us. If I go 7, so I think I have to just go like this. But I did mess up. I did not count on the... I did not count that I was going to get the Dawn back from Kid, right? So I could have actually gone for an 11, force another 1k out of their hand. This is just an easy counter. Because even if the opponent plays 10 cost, they still lose, no? Because the 10 cost means that I have a big 12k attack here. That's why we played Bon Clay at the last possible second. Am I missing something here? You do force my Kid block. So we know that the opponent has 1 big life, right? Has 1 big trigger here that we don't know about. 5. I can go, so I need to attach down first, right? So 5, 6, 7. So I need to attach down first and attack for 7. And we just gotta hope that this is not like a Nami or something that can KO one of my units. If it is, I'm gonna be a little bit in trouble. The last life, yeah, so the last life is the one that we wanna get rid of. Because it's exactly that. And then if the opponent has the way to survive the 13, they have the way to survive the 13. They literally won because of the beige. Yeah, okay. The beige made it a lot closer than it needed to be, right? So you have to attack with this 12 first because you need to actually remove that Dawn, right? So you want to attach the Dawn to the Kaido, attack for 12, so that then you remove all 7 Dawn. And when you remove all 7 Dawn, you take care of the last life, which again, because we knew that the opponent moved it to the bottom all those turns ago, we knew it had to be something like this, like something like You're the One Who Should Disappear, to keep them alive. So I couldn't have attacked. I guess I couldn't have attacked with Bon Clay first because the Bon Clay was already gonna be at 12 anyways with the Linley. So yeah, I think my sequence was correct. Would I obviously I would have almost lost if the opponent had more 2Ks. But that's a gamble that I had to take. There was no other way to kind of get there. So, GG's. In this match, we're going against Katakuri. And this is rough. But honestly, I don't mind this Bon Clays and the blockers. I know I don't have my ramp, right? I mean, I technically have ramp with the Bon Clays. But I like the Bon Clays a lot. Because it lets me be able to, like, deal with the opponent's Big Moms, potentially. Okay. So I don't hate it. Banish? I don't care. I'll take that banish hit. They left that at the top, by the way. They left that at the top. I kind of want to just attack them. It just feels bad, because if I attack them here... If there is a trigger that's going to be, like, annoying, like, if this is something, like, what is this? Let's attack him for 10. They left that at the top. Most of their triggers are not enabled right now. The fact that they actually did this tells me that that's something good enough for them to save. We just took out 3 2K counters, right? I guess at this point it doesn't matter. The opponent just rearranged their life, so who's to say the stuff that they have? Oh man, that sucks. So now it's like, okay, whatever, you know? So next turn we go to 7. So now like me going that route actually ends up hurting me. So we go to 7. I guess I could take out the life, to be honest. I still think the bone clays are gonna be important, but I also think the queen is important. So maybe we just give them this 2k here. And I'm thinking of just going Black Maria and Bone Clay this turn. Like just attacking for 5 and just playing. We go down to 0, but then we can go up back to 5 and 6. Yeah, maybe we just go like this. Okay. Oop. Let's activate this. So this will let me go back up to 8 next turn. Opponent's about to go to 10, so I'll probably actually... they're gonna just kill the Bone Clay. Okay. Or they can kill the Black Maria, right? Makes more sense to kill the Black Maria. This is the... yeah, makes more sense to kill the Black Maria, 100%, right? So we can still go Black Maria and Kid next turn. They move my card to the bottom. That's a big hit. Oh, I need to have... I need to have 8 because I want to go Black Maria and Kid. I need to have 8. Now my question is that I don't know what this trigger is. Right, so I don't know what this trigger is. So like I could be walking right into a trigger here. I guess we'll find out here. So we still go to, we're at 7, so we're gonna go to 9 next turn. I could go for the 6 here. I'm scared if this is something that can actually KO my unit. But I think I have to attack into it. Okay, it's just a page. Alright, cool. That's amazing. I want to keep the Bone Clay because if the opponent plays Big Mom, like I was never going to attack with the Bone Clay because here the best play for the opponent is going to be Big Mom, and if they don't play Big Mom, then the Bone Clay stays. This, what the opponent just did doesn't matter because I can take your last life. So I can take their last life, right? I mean, they can go, I guess, 7. They can go 8, whatever. Go like this. This white beard being on the field, still good for us. I guess they can go 9 now, so let's actually counter, I guess. So we should be okay, because we can just clear out their board. Actually, it was close, by the way, but I have a blocker anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered if I didn't have a 1K. So here we just need to get rid of their last life, right? So we have 2 options to do this. We can go Queen or we can go Missile Sunday. Like, no matter what, we take their last life and they just attack with a bunch, right? So, Missile Sunday makes the most sense, right? Because then this is 3, and then we can go like this. Right? And then we attach everything here. Attack for 10. 10 is going to force all cards, and then we go from there. Yeah. The thing again is that if the opponent played the Big Mom last time, even if they had it, because we had the Bone Clay on the field, it would have just given us another a big 12k attack. The fact that, I mean, the opponent rearranged their life with the new gate to be putting like this and the beige. What was it with the, like, did the opponent really just had a beige on their top that they didn't want me to hit when I attacked that first big 10k attack? Like, that was kind of weird in my opinion, how the opponent counted out of the first 10k. So ended up working out, right? We had the kid on the board, we had the double Black Maria, so we were able to just abuse our leader ability and just slowly whittle down all the opponent's life. and making sure that he didn't have any resources. So GG's. In this match, we're going against Black Yellow Luffy. This is interesting, right? I want to look for the Kaido and the Onigashima. We don't get the Kaido or the Onigashima. Here's the Onigashima at least. Like, this is not a matchup where I'm going to be using my leader ability much. This is going to be a matchup where I need to just have Kaido become like a big powerhouse stuff. Yeah, we'll just pass here. No need to help them. No need to help them get to their stuff. Ooh, the Bone Clay is actually really good as well when they go for their Moria turn. So we'll just wait for that, I guess. There's the Kaido. Go to 7. Technically, I could just go ahead and just ramp up to the Kaido here, but I think I'm just gonna go like this first. Maybe, I mean, Double Bone Clay is not bad. Double Bone Clay is not bad. This has to be the 5-cost Luffy, yep. Yeah, so I suspect that's gonna be the 5-cost Luffy. We'll go here. And we'll just chill. This will at least let me ramp back up. I just need to develop my big bodies. Put in the Threshing and Ice Stage, that's huge. The question is, do I need to kill the Kusan? Or do I need to kill the Luffy with the Kaido? I think it has to be Kusan, because it's too easy for... I guess, okay, the opponent ends up saving it anyway, so that's okay. So double 8s. We'll take the first one. And we'll take the second one too. Now here's my question. I think it's actually worth it for me to just go... Force the opponent to have another Sabo, maybe. And it's not difficult for them to have it. Force the opponent to have a second Sabo. This is weird. This is very, very weird. Very, very weird. They can go down to 0 here. Right? And then they can start cycling the Sabos out. Yeah, they have the little Sabo here, so they just need to find a big Sabo. I probably should have just developed this Kaido, to be honest. I mean, I can still do a Net's turn, and at least be able to attack for like 12. Like having the double kick could actually make a difference. Like having the double kick means that this really just costs me nothing, because I have 2 ramp, 3 ramp. Yeah, they go for the Hiyori. They found the Sabo, right? So they can just go Sabo here. They're gonna be at 7. 7 is not safe enough though. I guess they can go... I mean, no, they're gonna be at 9. What am I talking about? Yeah, they're gonna be at 9, right? So we'll block here because we know that this guy's gonna die to the Rocket Luffy. Yeah, so we know that this guy's gonna die to the Rocket Luffy, right? So the opponent goes here, has a Luffy, kills this guy, gets to draw a card, kills that. They go for 8 again. We need to start countering here. Or even blocking, maybe. Maybe we take this one. We can use this. Because we know we're gonna go back up anyways, right? So... this is the problem here. I need to kill this. So I have the Kaido. I can go 5, and then I can go 6, and then I can go like a 10, I guess. So we'll go here. I think I have to just develop this Kaido. Like, leaving this on the field I guess I can just attack into it and just chill that way. At least force the opponent to have to give me the Sabo. And opponent's gonna have the Sabo. I just need to have this card in the field. I just need to have this card in the field, right? Yeah, so regardless what the opponent has, yeah, choose no targets, gain a Dawn. We know we're not ever gonna get value from that. We go to 7. Unfortunately, we're not gonna go to 10 like I wanted to. So I guess we'll go just at 12 here. I could also just attack with the Queen. But then the opponent can easily just attack with the Luffy anyways. Which might be better, because it's the same as like them attacking here. So I could go 10 and then 8. Force the opponent to at least give me a 1k. I guess if the opponent needs to get rid of this Sabo, right? So I know they're gonna block this, right? So I know they're gonna block this, so that's why I like going for the 8 here to force that 1k out of their hand. Yeah, because they're always gonna block that because they want to have exactly this, right? But what they can do here is that they can trash the Luffy on the top of their life and then just go double Sabo with the Moria. Or they're just gonna go Luffy. That's interesting to me. Like, having 1 life doesn't really save you when I can just trash it, no? I guess the opponent has 2 blockers. So the opponent knows that if I try to do their thing, like, they just get to survive. Okay, interesting. I think we can buy 1 more turn. Yeah, I think we can buy 1 more turn here. Force the opponent to attack into the Queen. They're just gonna attack into my life instead. Sure. Sure. So, how do we buy 1 more turn here? If I go -7, I'll go down to 2, go down to 4, go to... Okay. I could go Black Maria. I think it has to be just a second Kaido. But doing the second Kaido puts me back down to 4. Then we go to 5, 6. We're gonna just only be at 8 next turn. We're gonna only be at 8 next turn. I guess I have to just go for it, right? I have to just go. But the opponent can easily just have a third Sabo. Yeah, we'll just go here. Opponent could also just try to save the Luffy. Oh, they're gonna actually give me the Sabo block. Yeah, I mean, I guess they're just gonna go double Sabo, right? Yeah, we'll have to go like this. And if they block with Sabo again, then they'll have 2 big attacks for next turn. I do have 2 blockers, so that's nice. Okay. I have 2 blockers, so the opponent will have to have Ice Age to get rid of one of the blockers. Which means that it's not going to be another Moria, right? The 9k is kind of annoying. The 8Ks we can deal with. Oh, it's just the gun. Okay, so... Huh. So we just lose, right? The opponent still has 2 more attacks. I only have 2k, 2k. The opponent can still put 2 lives. I mean, them putting 2 lives doesn't matter to us. Because we can trash one of them. Yeah, they're going to just go Sabo. Okay, so this should let me survive then. Because the opponent will not attack with their blocker Sabo. So this is going to be, obviously, the one that we have to block. And then this, yeah, we'll have to block this one. Opponent can actually kill this Kaido. Yeah. Fuck. They ended up attacking with their Sabo like they needed to. So GG's. No, that was fine. That was fine. I was not playing around the Shigen gun, right? If it wasn't... Because the problem is that the opponent I needed to have an extra Dawn to go for like Ice Age into the Rocket Luffy. Right? If they wanted to go that way. And they needed to have a Luffy in their hand to actually do that. So like the Shigengan is able to KO my 5-cost blockers. That blew me out. The opponent actually had 2 of them in their hand too, so that ended up actually blowing me out. They could have gotten rid of both blockers and just attack for 8-8, you know, 7 whatever, like 9-8-8 and the other stuff. And maybe that's what they were waiting for. They were waiting to like blow me out. Like if I didn't block the first damage by the Gecko, they would have just gone double Shigengan and then just gone 8-8-7-6, and that would have been actually enough for them to kill me as well. So unfortunate. Even if I ended up getting a counter here, it wouldn't have mattered because I had no way to counter out of the 7. So that is one reason why Shigengan can be good, but I think it's not as good in most of the matchups, right? So that's why a lot of Black Yellow Luffy players are not playing anymore. But the opponent just ended up going into the matchup where I do play a lot of blockers, so GG's. Hey, welcome back everyone. Hope you enjoyed those games of Kaido. I told you that region matchup was actually very cool. We got to see the value there of our leader ability, but also the value of just having this big 9k body on the field, right? And just dropping bomb. It was a little bit interesting, right? Navigating that matchup because the Black Maria wasn't as good because the opponent is always going to be like a 6 stun or less, right? But we had to use that one turn where we took advantage of that and was able to actually get the full value from the Black Maria, and it still find myself not going too far down and done, right? But in the end of the day, obviously, again, the leader ability ended up coming in very clutch for us, even after the opponent had that big judge play that they ended up kind of threatening into us, right? The other matchups against Katakuri, you also got to see my leader ability, especially in that matchup, just making it so that their triggers are like a non-factor, and you got to see why I like Bon Clay in this deck, because Bon Clay is able to be a threat into the opponent's big one. Unfortunately, in the Black Yellow Luffy matchup, our leader ability is not really that important. I'm thinking maybe I should have probably, like, there was that one turn where I could have developed a Kaido first, but I ended up going for like the kid Black Maria or whatever it was that I ended up doing, because I wanted to have like the kids on the field before I played Kaido. But maybe it was correct for me to just have this 10k body in the field and just develop this, right? So that the opponent, we have something that we can threaten the opponent with. Unfortunately, obviously, the opponent just ended up finding the Xabos, so it made my Kaido not really be as valuable as it could have been in most other situations. But yeah, it's still a very fun matchup there. Just probably could have played some things a little bit better, right? Again, the Kaido would have been a lot more pressure into the opponent than what I ended up doing on the one turn, because I didn't even pressure their 5-cost Luffy in the end there. But anyways, enough about that. We have one more video of Kaido coming out tomorrow, so if you want to keep up to date with that, make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post One Piece videos every single day, or at least I'll try to while I'm here traveling for work. If you like our content, you can also find us on Twitch at Sirturmund, we stream video and then, and you can also find us on Discord and Twitter. The links to those are both in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again tomorrow.